All right, now that we've talked about all of our notes, which are these over here, now we're going to talk about our rests, which are these over here. For every note, there is an equal rest that is worth the same amount of beats, but it does look different. The difference between rests and notes are that rests are beats of silence. So we don't actually clap them, say them, etc., or anything. So here we've got our whole note, which is worth 4 beats. And over here, we've got our whole rest. Here we have our half notes, 2 beats each, and then our half rests over here. Here we have our quarter notes, which are 1 beat each, and here we have our quarter rests, which kind of look like little zigzags. Over here we have our eighth notes, and then our eighth rests. Our eighth rests kind of look like a little 7 with little dots on the end of them. The other thing to remember is that we can also write our eighth notes differently, like single little eighth notes. So if you have just one eighth note all on its own, it's just like this, but with a little flag. So as we said, rest syllables are the same as note syllables, but we write them in parentheses to remind ourselves not to speak them out loud. Instead, we count them in our head. So if we look at our whole rest, this is what it looks like. And just to help you remember what it looks like, it's kind of like a hole in the ground. So this is the top part of the ground, and then that's the little hole. It's 4 beats. If it's 4 beats, it's going to have 4 different syllables, just like our whole note. But now it's in parentheses so that we know not to say it. All we have to do is count it and say it in our mind silently. Then we have our half rest. The easiest way to remember your half rest is that it looks like a top hat. It's worth 2 beats. And here I have it written next to a half note so you can kind of see the difference. So all it is it's still 2 beats, so it's going to have the same syllables as our half note, ta-ah, but it's in parentheses and we don't say it. If we move down to our quarter rest, again, this is the little zigzag looking one. Remember that it's only 1 beat, and every time we have a quarter rest, we have ta in parentheses. So this one is ta. And then here we've got our eighth rest. So this is the one that looks like the little 7. It's only half of a beat. And when we look at it in music, this is what it'll look like. So you'll have your T's in parentheses, you have your T notes that aren't in parentheses, etc. Let's move down to some rhythm exercises. So take a quick look at this one. Remember that for every rest, we have it in parentheses so that we know not to say it out loud. So let's go through this one. 1, 2, ready, and ta, rest, T, T, rest, ta, rest, ta, T, T, ta, rest, T, ta. Let's go through the second one, take a look at it. And just so that you guys can hear where the rests are, I'm saying rest under my breath. I don't know if you can hear it in the recording or not, but that way it helps you stay on track. All right, so number 2. 1, 2, ready, and ta, rest, ta, T, 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 rest, ta, rest, ta, rest, T, T.